going on, everybody? My name is Dylan, also known as Vijax TV. Welcome back to the channel, and as always, I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. Alright, so in today's video, we're actually going to be starting something new. This is just an idea that I came up with. Destiny is starting to get a little dry with content. There's not a whole lot to do, so I figured I'd go ahead and start this and just see where it goes. So this is going to be the first official episode to a beginner's guide for Destiny 2. It's a beginner's guide slash, preparation for Beyond Light. So this is pretty much for anybody who's just getting into the game, who might be confused about certain things within Destiny, who might feel overwhelmed. I'm gonna do this series and I'm gonna go through the game with you guys. Try to take you guys step by step on what you should be doing. And try to help you not feel as overwhelmed. So, please be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know if this helps you at all. And yeah, let's hop right into it. All right, so for those of you who are just getting into Destiny, you may not know all the different characters and the different classes. You might not know what the difference between them are or what the best character to use is. So let's see, I'm going to try to help you guys figure out which one is best for you and which one I would recommend a new player to use. So in Destiny, there are three class types. We have Titans, and the little disclaimer here, or not disclaimer, description here says disciplined and proud Titans are capable of both aggressive assaults and stalwart defenses. And I mean that's pretty much that's pretty much true. Titans can be very aggressive. They're bulky. They can take much more damage than the other classes. But they can also be defensive and play, really good support characters. Um, and so within each of these classes, each character, they have their own set of subclasses. There's a void class, there's an arc class, and there is a solar class. And they're called supers. And so each character has their own versions of their own supers. So for Titan, you have your void is called your bubble or your sentinel shield. You can either use it to full on attack, or you can place a protective bubble around you that not only protects you from incoming damage, it gives you an overshield, and it also boosts your weapon damage for a short period of time. They also can play as an arc subclass, which is called Striker Titan. It's more of your aggressive play style. You're not really going to be playing a support character with a Striker Titan. Um, you run around, you smash the ground. You can also shoulder charge into people. It's really good if you're a very offensive player. And then they have a Hammer Titan. And hammers, you can use them offensively, you can use them defensively. Top tree is more offensive, where you can use your shoulder charge to kill people. Your hammers create explosions, which deals more damage. And then bottom tree creates sunspots, which can heal you. So overall, Titan's pretty good. And then we have Hunter. Hunters are agile and daring. Hunters are quick on their feet and quicker on the draw. This is the most agile character in the game. They're very hard to hit. If you are a good hunter player and you master the hunter movement, you can be very evasive. They're super unique, and I feel like they're the hardest characters to get used to in the game. I feel like it takes a good player to become really good with a hunter. Um, but the gameplay is just really nice. They have an arc strider, which is pretty much you have a big arc staff that you can use to deflect incoming damage, or you can use it offensively to attack, and it puts out a good bit of damage. They have golden gun, which essentially you call up a flaming gun, and it can it shoots bullets that one shots people. Um, and then they also have blade barrage in that same solar subclass where you throw a bunch of like flame blades. Like you do it in one motion, it'll take out pretty much everything in front of you. So that's pretty cool. And then they have Tether. Tether is their support class. Tether, when you shoot your bow at a group of enemies, it tethers them all together, makes it to where you can, clear ads, really well, and it also debuffs big enemies, makes you do more damage to them. So it's really nice for putting out massive amounts of damage. And then they also, within that Void subclass, have something called Spectral Blades. It's completely different from Tether. You pull out two blades and you go to town. You can go invis, all that good stuff. So Hunter also a really good choice, but I feel like it's not the best for newer players. And then we have Warlock, which I personally main a Warlock, and in my honest opinion, I do believe that Warlocks are the best characters for newer players. They have a good mix of aggressive play to support play, and I feel like they're just the easiest class overall to get used to. Arguably they have the best subclass in the game as a top tree Dawnblade, their solar subclass. Top tree Dawnblade has the best movement in the game, one of the best melee abilities in the game, and the super isn't bad at all either. You can also play as a Stormcaller, their Arc subclass, which lets you roam around. You get to feel like Lord Palpatine from Star Wars, shocking people. It's super awesome. And then their Void subclass. It's called Nova Bomb. You pretty much just throw a big ball of Nova like void energy at people, and it kills them. So overall, I feel like the best all around character in the game is Warlock at the moment. So, in my honest opinion, I do think that as a new player, I feel like Warlocks are going to be the best choice. So that's what I'm going to pick for as I'm going through this with you guys. But feel free to pick any character you want. It's all based on your playstyle and which one you like the best. So we're going to go with Warlock. And Destiny has a cool, character setup. You can make your character, a human. You can make them an awoken. They're like a mix between dark and light. They're this whole new breed of and race of beings, and they look pretty cool. Or you could be an exo. They're robots. So I prefer humans or awokens, and I prefer if I can be a girl in most games I play, I am, because I feel like the hitboxes are a lot harder to hit, and armor usually looks better on female characters for some reason in game. So I guess for this we'll go with a human female, and then you know you can make the character look however. There's not a whole lot of options here. You kind of just have to go with what you like the best. Um, you can pick a skin tone that you like. I'm not really going to go over this too much. This is all more personal preference, but I like the way this looks. So we'll just go ahead and go with it. You can customize your character however you like. Um, so yeah, so we'll get started. Okay. And so after you make your new character, you should be awoken by your ghost.
Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian. It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost. And you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is fallen territory.
I'll
We
let this
aren't safe
play out,
here. I have to get you to the city. Hold still.
and we'll go through and
Don't worry. I'm still with you. We need to move. Fast.
yeah, let me make sure the dialogue, you guys can hear stuff. Okay. So this is the first mission for new like players. This is what you'll see.
This place is an old cosmodrome, a Russian spaceport. It's quarantined now, and quite dangerous, but our only way forward is through that wall.
Okay. And so this is going to be like your tutorial mode. This should show you all your different, abilities and stuff. But before we get into the actual mission, let's go over our keybinds. So keybinds are relative to you. You know, it's what's most comfortable for you. It's all personal preference. So if we go over to our settings and go down to keyboard and mouse, you'll see all the different keybinds and things like that. Also with look sensitivity. When it comes to look sensitivity, you want to be able to do a full 360 in game, maybe a little bit less than that, but for the most part, you want to be able to turn around. Um, if you find yourself doing more than a 360, when you go up to an object and you just like try to make a turn, so like let's say, if we focus on this tree for example, and I go from
We have to
one
move.
mouse to
Without a
the
weapon,
other
we're
side,
easy prey.
if I'm going past the tree, that means it's too low, and if I'm stopping short, it, or I mean, if I'm going past, it's going too high, and if I stop short, it's going a little low. Um, for my playstyle, I'm a low sense player, so when I did a full 360, I stopped short of the tree, and that's just my personal preference. Um, but a good way to match your sensitivity to other people like you watch, you go by your EDPI, and EDPI is basically your in-game sense, your look sensitivity times your DPI on your mouse. So uh, I hope you can figure out what your DPI is. If you have just like a standard mouse, you may have to look on the packaging that you got it or whatever. But if you have a mouse with software on it, you should be able to go into the software and check what your DPI is, and you should be able to change it. Most people play on anywhere from 400 to
We need to get
800
through that
DPI.
wall.
Hold on, Ghost. From 400 to 800 DPI. Those are the two most common. I play on a 400, so my EDPI would be 400 times 6, which is 2400 EDPI. And most people that I know when they play this game, they play either between 2000 and 5000 EDPI. So I'm a low sense player. I'm at 2400. So let's say you were at 800 DPI and you played at a 3 in game sense, that would be the same sensitivity as me. So just go with what feels comfortable to you. You may end up changing your sensitivity a couple times to see what's right. But yeah. And then, like I said, with keybinds, they're all personal preference. For me, I've gone through and changed a couple of my binds. Just pick. A good philosophy with key binding is pick key binds that are closest to your movement keys. So WASD is your movement. You want to have keys around WASD so you don't have to
The
stretch
followers
out
are on
too
the hunt.
far.
Let's move.
And if you're like me, you have small hands. I use an MMO mouse. It has 12 buttons on the side of it, so I have a lot of stuff bound to my mouse. So I'll just quickly scroll through and let you guys see what my bindings are. I don't know why this should be 3, but the majority of it doesn't really, you can copy mine if you have an MMO mouse and you want to try, my sensitivities, you can go ahead, but it's all personal preference. You know, I will suggest that you use toggle sprint. That means you only have to, press the sprint button and you'll start sprinting. And also have, let's see, up here, where is crouch? Crouch should be somewhere, right? And have it set to toggle crouch as well. You can have hold crouch, but I prefer toggle crouch. And then that's pretty much it. It's all personal preference. So do what feels natural to you. All right, so let's get through here. All right, so and as you can see, there's a mini map on the top left of the screen. It's a circle, and when you have a new objective, you'll see a little white arrow telling you where to go, and you'll also see the white diamond in front of you as well. So get through and do what you got to do. As a warlock, I will suggest that you start on Dawnblade for PvP, player versus player, multiplayer, and then for PvE you can also use for PvE. I feel like PvE Nova Bomb is really good for PvE. Top Tree, you can hold your grenade. And here we'll go ahead and play as a subclass because we'll be mostly playing PvE. So Top Tree, I'll show you the super. I'll show you all the abilities. Use vortex grenades. Use a healing rift, and then use Burst Glide. It doesn't matter what subclass you use, you always want your jump to be on Burst Glide. That is the best jump for Warlocks. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. And, you know, for the most, efficient moving, you want to jump.
To do that, we'll need a ship.
Lord, this ghost.
I need to find you a weapon. Let's keep moving.
So, for the most efficient movement, you want to hold W, run, jump, and then immediately double tap your double jump after, and you'll do a quick little burst forward. And then while you're running, if you're running and you slide or you crouch, you'll do a slide. So sliding and then quick bursting. Alright, so we're in the Cosmodrome now. There's a bunch of little enemies here. Alright, we'll pick up our weapon. Let me turn...
I brought you back for a reason, Guardian. You're a warlock.
Turn him down just a little bit.
Curiosity is as dangerous as any weapon. So trust your instincts, and we'll find a way home.
Alright, so this will be the tutorial part of the mission. Just go through and shoot stuff. You know, melee stuff if it's really close to you.
If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby.
I have hints turned off, so that's why nothing's appearing on my screen. But for you, it'll probably show, you know, what buttons to press on screen.
Speaking of pirates, there's a loot cache.
These are chests. You loot them, and they should give you loot, whether it's armor or a weapon. All right, so let me show you the different abilities that we have as as a warlock. So if you press your class ability, for me that's 5 on my mouse, you can throw down a healing rift. And what that does is if you get shot or if you get hurt, these guys aren't going to do a whole lot of damage to me. As you can see, if I go to my healing rift, it fully regens my health. And while I'm standing in it, it'll give me a blue overshield. So it's really nice if you get really hurt, find cover, drop a healing rift, and you can get your health back. Now we have a grenade. A grenade, with warlocks, you can either throw your grenades, or a lot of the times you can hold them, and they'll give you different abilities when you hold them. So on Top Tree Nova Bomb, if we hold our grenade and then throw it, it does more damage to enemies around us. And any enemy who steps in it. So you can just throw it, or, you know, you can be cool, you can hold it and make it do more damage to the enemies you throw it at. Alright, so now we have our Nova Bomb. So you press your super button and you can throw a Nova. And as you can see, it's a big ball of void energy that pretty much decimates everything it touches. And everything is put on a timer. So since we used our Nova Bomb, if you look at the bottom left of the screen, right above your weapons and stuff, you'll see the bars start to recharge. And once it's all the way to the end, it'll turn yellow, and that's when you can use your super. So, as you can see, our melee is charging back. It's light gray right now, but when it fully charges, it'll turn purple like everything else. You know, we throw down our rift. Our rift goes away down to the bottom left, and once it turns purple, we can use it again. Same thing with our grenade. So, it's all on a timer. And we'll get more into stats that help boost the recharge rate of your ability. We'll get into that in another video. But yeah, I don't want these videos to be really, really long. I would like for them to be around 20 to 30 minutes every episode. I feel like that's pretty good. And these are other people
Focus on the fall.
who are doing this first mission with us. They won't be here the whole time. This is a social space, so you'll be able to fly in and interact with people at some spots. All right. So as you can see, we have an objective at the top left under our radar. We have to kill a certain percentage of enemies before we can advance. So we're at 83% now. So we're getting pretty close. Throw a nade over there should kill some. All right. So our objective completed.
All right.
And
I've
we're
got a
moving
signal on
forward.
an old jump ship. Let's track it down. When we get to the city.
So all this stuff, you're pretty much just following the white diamond and you're doing whatever the objectives tell you to do.
Promise of a brighter future and the traveler. Wait till you see it.
You know, you'll come across chests. You can open the chest and it should give you loot. Now we have a heavy weapon. This is a rocket launcher.
There we go. Let's take that ship.
Heavy is very important in PvE. It's your most damage dealing weapon that you have, so trying to maintain your heavy ammo for big bosses. You don't want to waste it on a bunch of like smaller enemies like this. You want to use your primary and your special. And as you can see, ammo will drop on the ground, and it correlates to the different weapons you're using. I'll be sure to go through that more in detail.
It's been here a while.
But this is just getting into the game. This is a starting, so
We're lucky the Fallen haven't completely.
don't worry, we'll go over different things.
Will it fly?
I can make it work.
But this is actually really cool because this was the first mission in the original Destiny 1. This used to not be in this game, but with new light that came out in Destiny 2, they actually revamped the old mission and brought it back to this game, which is awesome. So it's really cool getting to see this mission
Okay,
again in this
it's
game.
not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city. Now, about that transmitter. Bringing you in. We can come back for them when you're ready. Let's get you home.
And that is the first mission of Destiny 2. Congratulations, everybody. We've done the first mission. But yeah, the game is just your basic looter shooter. You go in, you kill enemies, you kill other players, and you get loot for it. That's pretty much what it is. So this should
I never
be
knew you in life.
this should be another cutscene.
Your first life, anyway. You died on a battlefield long before my time. Something special brought us together. They called it the Traveler. And when it arrived, it changed your world forever. It was a golden age. And for centuries, humanity thrived. Until it didn't. An ancient enemy pursued the Traveler across the universe. Humanity faced extinction. But the Traveler made a choice. Its sacrifice destroyed its ancient enemy and brought life to the ghosts.
I am a ghost. More importantly, I'm your ghost. And you are one of the travelers chosen. You are a guardian.
You're officially a guardian.
This is your destiny.
So it's basically, the old telling, yin and yang, light versus dark, we're fighting on the side of light, the side of the traveler, who is constantly fighting the darkness, and we fight
The last
enemies of the
survivors of
darkness.
humanity's collapse call the
So
city home.
that's pretty much essentially what we're doing.
This is why I brought you back. To defend them. And to reclaim our lost worlds. We're here. The Traveler. The last city. Welcome home.
All right. And so when we get into the what this social space is called the Tower, and it's basically your order of operations, your center of operations, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much where you'll spend a lot of your time, in between missions and things like that. Um, you know, you have people that you'll have to talk to that are here, and so you'll get very comfortable with this space as you play this game. And so yeah, now that we've done the first mission, we've got a bunch of people to meet. And so if you pull out your ghost, usually it tells you your quests. So right now our quest is to meet Banshee, the gunsmith. So we got our little green and white diamond here, and we're just gonna follow it. And this is the tower. We're right under the Traveler. This is the last city of Earth. This is the last, where the last group of people have kind of bundled up and are trying to fight the darkness. As you can see, there's other players in here. It's a social space. So we'll go through, we'll meet everyone, and then we'll probably close out this episode for the time being. Because this is just a beginner episode. Something to kind of get the to get the playlist going. All right, so here's Banshee. He's the gunsmith.
Nice shooting out there.
And it's cool because they'll give you gear as you talk to them. And you're going to get a lot of quests because the game has been out for so long. It's just going to drop quests in front of you. Don't let that discourage you. Don't feel like you have to do everything at once. We'll pick them up and we'll do them as we can. But don't worry. And the gunsmith is great. You get gunsmith materials for dismantling the different weapons that you don't want or you don't need anymore. And you can use those to upgrade the gunsmith, and he can give you rewards back. He also has material exchange, so you can buy stuff for different materials. We'll go through all that and get more in depth as we start to level up and actually gain some of these materials.
Till next time.
Alright, and so next we meet Savalas. Savalas is like the head of the tower. He's also the head of Titans. Every class has their own, kind of like leader. It was more prevalent in Destiny 1 than it is in this game.
Beautiful view, isn't it?
All right, so he's pretty much over the Vanguard, which is your strikes, PvE stuff.
But it remains the source of our immortality and the gift of our light. The city below. All those people. Survivors. Fighters. We are all that's left of humanity. And it's our duty to defend it by reclaiming our solar system from the...
You don't have to listen to this, bub. We might as well.
Get to know the Tower Guardian. You have many allies here. Then, when you're ready to get back in the fight, I've got a long list of hard targets ready for you to strike. Alone or with your fire team.
Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, he's ahead of strikes. If you need to go do a strike is pretty much a little mini mission that you go, you kill a boss, and you can get rewards from it. He is kind of the head of that, so be on the lookout for him. You'll be doing a good bit of strikes. So who are we meeting? Talk to Ikora, okay. So Ikora, unfortunately, she doesn't really have a role in the game right now. She's kind of useless at this point. She doesn't give you anything. She's kind of just here, but hopefully with Beyond Light coming soon, she'll have more of a role to play with our Guardian. So we'll go ahead and head over here and talk to her. She's also the head of the Warlocks, so this is, you know, she's the Warlock
I
Vanguard.
hear you survived the Cosmodrome. That's a tough place to start your new life, Guardian. I'm impressed. But there are many battles left to fight. Look around you. The last city. Its people. This is our home. But this home is not safe. We must protect it. That is a Guardian's duty. We must take our fight beyond these walls. Push back the forces.
All right, she's
that
pretty much
threaten
just
our
telling us that we
existence.
have to fight enemies who threaten our home. You know, you kind of get the idea. All right, so who are we talking to next? Oh well, I don't know if it's taking us through everyone or not. It's telling us to reach level 770. We should be able to do that with the. Oh well, I guess we can't do that just yet. We're close. But Hawthorne is right beside her up here. She's over clans and stuff. If someone invites you to a clan, if you join a clan, she's kind of over all that stuff.
Yes?
So, you know, you can do different raid challenges with her. Raids, you do that with your clan members or, you know, other fire team members, you know. So that's pretty much the only time you'll ever go to her. If you're not in a clan, then she's not really all that important at the moment. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We will eventually meet everybody in the tower, but this is pretty much where we're going to leave off for today. You know, we've met, you know, the important people. Out here, I will. There is one other person that I want to go up to real quick and talk to because you'll be seeing this dude a whole lot if you like to play multiplayer. So back up here in the main part of the tower, right behind the gunsmith, you have this guy, Lord Shax. He's over the Crucible, which is multiplayer. And so this guy, he's got some quests that you can do. They're not important. You don't have to do them. But essentially what he helps you with is, or not helps, but, you know, he's the guy you get Crucible bounties from that can, you know, give you rewards. You know, he's over the Crucible. You know, if you have a Crucible mission that you have to get done, if you have to do something in Crucible, he's the guy you talk to. So he's multiplayer. So pretty much see it as this guy is multiplayer. And then this guy, the blue guy, Zavala over here, is your PvE, so your player versus enemy. So, but yeah, I feel like that's a good place to end off episode 1. Don't worry, we will get into a lot more as this, I don't know what, as the series goes on. You know, we'll get in depth into, you know, materials and weapon types and, you know, completing quests and things like that. But yeah, this is just a start. We're going to take this step by step and, you know, hopefully help you guys get a little bit more comfortable with the game because I know it can be very overwhelming to get a bunch of stuff thrown at you at once, you know. So we'll take it slow, and hopefully before Beyond Light comes out, you'll be somewhat more prepared for the new DLC. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if this helped you in any way, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You all have a good one. Peace.